All know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Place a gigantic new residential development here in Toronto, walking distance from both the sporting arenas. We've got an electric crowd here at Toronto's Air Canada Centre. Welcome everyone to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here in Air Canada Centre. The Raptors looking to please their... Get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Wise.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock. Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Now, here's Joseph. He's guarded by Wise. Shot clock at 6. Yambo dishes to Carey. And the rejection by Mahimi. Here is Miles. And here's Freak, the layup off target. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
It's DeRozan with the drive, and he converts the layup. DeRozan's got 8.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
I want
And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Raptors in second.
You know, it's interesting when you look at this team, Kevin. I mean, they found a way to get their whole team to knock down free throws at a consistent level. I mean, a team that can't make free throws, that's a huge liability and one you don't want to deal with. They'd like to repeat their success at the line this year.
And Toronto making a change here. Ross is checked in. And the pass to Biyombo. To the paint. Here's Carroll. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. Ross with the steal. Joseph with the ball. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Mahinmi passes to Stuckey. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Stuckey's got his first basket of the night.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
They set the pick. Shot off the pick. Biyombo, no luck.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Freak kicks to Hill. Clock at 4. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Stuckey for 3. Joseph with the rebound. Raptors trail by 5. Ross dishes to Joseph. The feed to Ross. Here's Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Stuckey kicks to Miles. Stuckey outside. Pass to Freak. Lots of room. And the shot no good. A bit short. Raptors trail by 3. Joseph, the pass to Powell. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Feet away, and that one's good.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Now, Freak, pick up by Hill. Here's Miles. Can't get it to fall.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah. Toronto will go for a different look here. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Damari Carroll comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Carroll with a screen for Joseph. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. Well, Kevin, a look here at last year in the NBA where the Raptors ranked. Second in free throw percentage. Third in fewest turnovers per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in overall offense. This team has no trouble scoring the basketball. That's the least of their concerns. They love to get it up and down and put it in the hole.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration.
Stuckey outside, the tray, and it's Freak missing. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Carroll with it. He's picked up by Hill. Here's DeRozan. The teardrop falls in. DeRozan's got 10.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Freak kicks to Hill and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And he's good on the second.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Carroll dishes to Powell. Passes to Carroll. The three-pointer no good. Pacers trail by 3.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career.
And what a feeling it's got to be for this young player is that last bucket represents the first official score in the NBA from Wise.
You know, you got to be happy for him. I mean, that's a great way to open up his NBA scoring account.
Well, everybody is happy to see him put the first points of his career on the board. Coaches, fans, teammates, everybody. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Stuckey. How he did last season. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Well, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And, Greg, you know, the Air Canada Centre can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
Toronto foul. This time, that's his second.
Pacers have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Back to Stuckey. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, G8, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
And so Stuckey nails both of them.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
There's a screen. DeRozan passes to Carroll. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And that one's good. 12 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
For Indiana, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. The first one falls.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
That one misses. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Joseph with the ball, picked up by Stuckey. Carroll kicks to Powell. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back. And the dunk by Biyombo.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
The Raptors shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And again, DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got 6 in the quarter.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
And he gets it to go. Mahinmi's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And Joseph kicks to Carroll. The wide open look here for DeRozan. On the wing, DeRozan. Stolen by Miles. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Toronto grabs the miss. Carroll's got his 4th rebound in this one. Joseph dishes to Carroll. Here's Powell. He's guarded by Stuckey. Out to the wing. Carroll passes to DeRozan. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that way. I mean, I guess he thought he had more.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that is... Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Just absolute domination in this one for DeRozan. He has 14 points and 2 steals. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
Well, Paul George showing us again tonight why he is one of the premier wing players in the NBA. We know that defensively he's always going to do the job, but he's just as valuable on the other end, scoring off the catch or the dribble.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports